languages, the budget documents for 2025.
The Honourable Minister of Finance.
Something that the Conservative may want to do a bit more. And what Canadians have told us, Mr. Speaker, Standing Order 83.2, I am requesting that an order of the day be designated for consideration of these motions, Mr. Speaker. And with that, I will give that to the clerk. Here, here, here.
So for some reason, my OBS crapped out and I cannot stream on X or Rumble. So this is YouTube only stream, folks. Sorry about that.
Qui freine les investissements. En fait, le niveau d'incertitude est plus élevé que ce que nous avons ressenti depuis des générations. En fait, il ne s'agit pas d'une transition, mais bien d'un véritable changement générationnel. Les défis sont grands, mais les opportunités pour le Canada le sont encore plus. The challenges are great, Mr. Speaker, but the opportunities for Canada are even greater. Et c'est dans cet esprit que je vous présente aujourd'hui le budget de 2025. Et comme l'avait si bien dit un ancien ministre des Finances, lui aussi originaire de Shawinigan, let's accept this role with humility, but also with confidence, Mr. Speaker. This is Canada. This budget must be generational in its ambition and serve to shape our economy and our nation's future. Il n'y a pas de place pour le retrait, l'ambiguïté ou même le laisser-faire. Seulement de l'action audacieuse, de l'action rapide. Bold and swift action is what is needed. To weather the storm of uncertainty, we will not lower ourselves, Mr. Speaker. Quite the opposite. We will raise them to catch the winds of economic change because we believe in Canada. Nous explorerons de nouveaux marchés et nous vendrons davantage ce que le Canada a de mieux à offrir. We will build here at home stronger industries, nation-building infrastructures, and millions of more homes for Canadians. We will protect what matters most, our people, our community. Quand les gens regarderont ce budget a posteriori, ils seront en mesure de juger de l'importance des façons d'assurer notre résilience. Et c'est dans cet esprit qu'avec le budget de 2025, nous bâtissons un Canada fort. Monsieur le Président, partout à travers le monde, les tarifs ont augmenté. La croissance est au ralenti et les relations commerciales sont mises à l'épreuve. Toutes ces contraintes se font sentir partout au pays et dans le quotidien de tous les Canadiens et de tous les Canadiennes. Les familles sont exposées toutes les semaines quand elles font leur épicerie, mais aussi les locataires quand ils payent leur loyer. Les jeunes ont beau faire circuler leur curriculum vitae, mais ils ne reçoivent pas d'offres à la suite de leur démarche, bien que trop souvent. Dans les usines, dans les champs, dans les communautés d'un bout à l'autre du pays, les gens ressentent les défis économiques actuels. Les travailleurs font face à une réduction des quarts de travail, à des heures plus courtes et, dans certains cas, bien malheureusement, des mises à pied. Small business owners want to grow, but uncertainty is understandably making them wait. And for many, it feels like opportunity is slipping just a little further out of reach. That's why we need to act, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, these are the realities Canadian workers and their families are facing. They are doing everything they can to keep moving forward in uncertain times. And through it all, the Canadian economy has held steady. Forecasters now expect modest GDP growth of just above 1% in 2025. C'est la résilience des Canadiens et des Canadiennes qui nous vaut le respect de nos partenaires à l'étranger. Et c'est cette même résilience qui me donne confiance en l'avenir. C'est cette même résilience qui donne confiance aux Canadiens et Canadiennes dans l'avenir. When your largest trading partner fundamentally reshapes all of its trading relationship, there are two responses, Mr. Speaker. You can slash the deficit, hope for the best, wait for the uncertainty to unexpectedly disappear, and see if it trickles down, ever comes. That approach to balance the budget this year would have to eliminate vital social programs and all the capital investments needed for Canada's future. We chose a different path, Mr. Speaker, a path that believes in Canada, a path that invests in our country's future, a path that reinforces Canadian values, a path that makes us less resilient on our trading partner, a path that allows us to be master in our own house, Mr. Speaker. We chose Canada. We chose Canada.
Hey, just doing a quick pause. Take these things off. I got a delay. We'll carry on with the budget here in a second. Had a massive OBS issue just as I was getting ready. Everything was fine, and then for some reason the stream would not kick on Rumble or X. And I'm still looking over here, and I don't see it broadcasting on Rumble, although I am broadcasting on Rumble. So let's see if we can double check this. And we are live on a separate feed, not the existing feed. Okay. All right, I have to fix that after. We'll get back to the budget now.
I hope every member of this House will choose Canada as well, Mr. Speaker. I hope they will all choose Canada, parce que nous voulons tous et toutes être maîtres chez nous d'abord, Monsieur le Président. Parce que nous croyons tous et toutes dans le Canada, Monsieur le Président. Mr. Speaker, when our steel, aluminum, forestry, auto, and agriculture industries were hit by U.S. tariff and trade disruptions, we did not stand by and wait for the storm to pass. We stepped in with the most comprehensive set of trade resilience measures in Canadian history, because this is who we are as Canadians, Mr. Speaker. This is who we are. When times get tough, we stand together, because we are Canadian. The government launched the Strategic Response Fund that my colleagues have been leading, allocating $5 billion to help sectors impacted by tariffs to adapt, to diversify, and to grow. Businesses can use the fund to invest in the design of new products, retool plans to boost productivity, or offset the cost of accessing new markets. Because we want our industry to succeed. We want them to be able to make this pivot, Mr. Speaker. Because we believe in our workers, we believe in our industry, we believe in our future, we believe in Canada. Nous avons également mis en place un programme de liquidité d'1 milliard de dollars pour aider les PME. Les PME qui, à travers le pays, nous permettent de grandir ce grand pays et d'employer des millions de Canadiens et Canadiennes en leur permettant de s'adapter, en offrant aussi un programme de requalification professionnelle qui bénéficiera à 50 000 travailleurs, Monsieur le Président, parce que nous croyons que les travailleurs et travailleuses canadiennes sont au cœur de notre stratégie économique et nous allons travailler avec eux. To our steel workers, which are probably wondering today, we will be there to help you increase your competitiveness within the Canadian market. Pour nos travailleurs de l'aluminium, on sera là pour vous aider à moderniser vos alumineries et à ouvrir de nouveaux marchés. To our auto workers, we will fight alongside you to keep our auto plants in Canada, Mr. Speaker. And to our lumber and canola producers, we know the times are hard and we are working not only to restore your market access, Mr. Speaker, but to expand it. And the recent trip of the Prime Minister in Asia was one of them. We are going to work tirelessly to expand your market. We believe in you, we believe in your industry, and we will do what it takes to make sure that you can sell your products around the world. Ces secteurs stratégiques sont en première ligne de ce changement qui est vraiment, Monsieur le Président, générationnel. Nous veillerons à ce qu'il soit fort, résilient et prêt à mener notre transition économique de la dépendance vers la résilience. We're going to move this economy, Mr. Speaker, to be more resilient. We're going to move from reliance to resilience because we want Canada to succeed not only today, but for generations to come. We're going to move from uncertainty to prosperity, Mr. Speaker, because we understand that investing in Canada is the best way to ensure prosperity for generations to come. Le budget de 2025, Monsieur le Président, offre une réponse à l'ensemble des Canadiens et Canadiennes. C'est un plan pour la résilience. Il est enraciné dans la confiance, axé sur le résultat et conçu pour garantir que le Canada non seulement traverse cette tempête, mais en sorte plus fort. I am reminded of the words of a previous finance minister when in 1995 he presented his budget. And he said at the time, our very way of life as Canadians is being tested. And there are times in the progress of people when fundamental choices must be made and a new course charted. For Canada, Mr. Speaker, this is one of those times. Et je dirais, Monsieur le Président, que nous faisons face aujourd'hui aussi à un moment unique de l'histoire de notre grand pays. Le Premier ministre a incité notre pays à voir au-delà des défis actuels et à s'engager dans une voie qui redéfinira le Canada pour les générations à venir, parce que nous croyons dans le Canada, Monsieur le Président. Il nous a demandé à chacun de nous de nous concentrer sur ce que nous pouvons contrôler et agir avec audace et avec ambition. I have confidence in the strength of Canadians, Mr. Speaker. I have confidence in our ability as a nation to meet the moment. I have confidence that together we can build Canada, protect our way in life, and empower Canadians like never before, because we believe in Canada, Mr. Speaker.
Hear, hear.
It is interesting to note, Mr. Speaker, and all Canadians who are watching and those with us today would know, Canada has what the world needs and what the world increasingly wants, Mr. Speaker. It goes from our product to our technology to our values. Mr. Speaker, Canada is inspiring the world. We are an energy superpower in both clean and conventional energy. Nous sommes l'un des principaux producteurs de minéraux critiques et un leader mondial de l'intelligence artificielle. Nous avons un accès inégalé au marché car nous sommes le seul pays du G7 à bénéficier d'un accord de libre-échange avec tous les autres pays du G7. Nous avons les gens, nous avons les ressources et la stabilité nécessaires pour prospérer et être compétitifs dans la nouvelle économie qui se dessine devant nous. Ainsi, le Canada entre dans cette période de transformation en position de force. Yes, Mr. Speaker, the world is changing, but Canada is strong. We're going to build Canada strong together. We're going to empower Canadians, and we're going to defend our sovereignty, Mr. Speaker. Canadians have done it before. We will do it again. Canada also has the lowest net debt to GDP ratio in the G7, and the federal debt to GDP ratio will remain stable over the budget horizon. We also have one of the lowest deficits in the G7 and one of the strongest fiscal positions in the world. Yes, Mr. Speaker, we have a strong fiscal position, a strong base to work for, a strong base to invest, Mr. Speaker. And we must use this fiscal power to make generational investment because we believe in Canada. And as the managing director of the International Monetary Fund recently said, both Germany and Canada recognize that in this very testing time, they need to use their fiscal space. In the case of Canada, the Canadian authorities have been very decisive to take action in the context of changing relations with their main trading partner. Mr. Speaker, Canada is recognized on the world stage as a country with the fiscal capacity to invest, to grow its economy, to invest in its people, and to protect its sovereignty. That recognition matters because it affirms something fundamental about this country. When times are difficult, we do not retreat. We advance, we invest, Mr. Speaker, and that's what Budget 2025 is all about. Budget 2025 is a plan to catalyze investments from provinces, territories, municipalities, indigenous communities, and the private sector. With this plan, in 5 years, we will enable $1 trillion in total investment in this country, Mr. Speaker. Enable $1 trillion of investment. And I know, although the Conservatives are silent in their heart, they support that, Mr. Speaker, because I know that they will take the break week to go around and tell their constituent how great we're going to see this country and all the investment we're going to see. And I know in their heart I can see them. Le Canada est aujourd'hui l'un des meilleurs endroits au monde pour investir et nous le rendrons encore plus attractif. Cette solidité budgétaire nous permet de faire des investissements historiques aujourd'hui, mais aussi pour les générations futures. And to Canadians who feel the strain of these times, our message is clear. We will not back down. We will be there for you now and for as long as it takes. We will do what Canadians do best in times of need. We look after one another. We help each other. That's the Canadian way. That's our way, Mr. Speaker. Pour relever ce grand défi, Monsieur le Président, il faut à la fois de l'ambition et de la discipline. Nous devons être ambitieux dans nos investissements et rigoureux dans nos dépenses. C'est pourquoi ce budget trace une nouvelle voie pour les finances publiques au Canada. Parce que les Canadiens et Canadiennes s'attendent à ce que leur gouvernement obtienne des résultats. Et pour y arriver, nous devons réduire les dépenses de fonctionnement afin de pouvoir investir davantage dans l'avenir du Canada. Premièrement, nous adoptons un nouveau cadre de budgétisation des investissements en capital qui distingue nos dépenses de fonctionnement courantes des investissements pour bâtir notre avenir. Cette réforme permettra aux Canadiens et aux Canadiennes de mieux comprendre, de mieux voir où vont leur argent et garantira que chaque dollar contribue à renforcer notre productivité. In short, Mr. Speaker, we will make capital investment a national priority. Mieux budgéter implique également de présenter le budget au moment optimal. Le budget fédéral sera désormais présenté à l'automne, s'harmonisant ainsi avec la saison de la construction et ce qui permettra aux provinces, aux municipalités ainsi qu'aux contracteurs de mieux planifier la livraison des projets. Because, Mr. Speaker, we want to build this country, and we have a lot to do, and we're going to do it together, Mr. Speaker. And what you see in this budget and in this Prime Minister is that we have a roadmap, Mr. Speaker, to build Canada strong. We understand that there's things we need to do on our side to make sure we can build like never before, and this is the plan to do it. Second, it's all about discipline. The Prime Minister has been clear. Canada's new government will spend less so we can invest more. Mr. Speaker, our budget puts forward $60 billion in saving over 5 years, Mr. Speaker. Canadians have been tightening their belt for quite some time, and it's only natural that we put our house in order as well. And we're going to make sure to the exercise we've done, Mr. Speaker, we found these savings, we did the hard work, we took the tough decision, but you know what? That's what Canadians expect from us. We have a strong mandate. They tell us, do what must be done. That's what we did, Mr. Speaker, and we're going to continue to do. So let me be clear. We are protecting the vital services. While we did that, Mr. Speaker, let me be very clear for all the Canadians watching at home. We are protecting the vital services that you rely on, including childcare, dental care, farmer care, because those are essential and vital for families across our nation. This is who we are as Canadians, Mr. Speaker, and we're going to remain true to our values. Et en faisant des choix responsables et judicieux afin de réduire les inefficacités et se concentrer sur les initiatives gouvernementales qui ont la priorité. To what we've called the Government Comprehensive Expenditure Review, we are focusing investment on initiatives that meet their objectives and complement rather than duplicate services delivered by other levels of government. Mr. Speaker, we have looked at how we can streamline programs, how we can right-size, how can we use technology, how can we use AI with one goal in mind to provide better service to Canadians, to be more efficient because Canadians deserve the best service from their government, and we will deliver. Mr. Speaker, we will cut red tape, we will digitize services and make them faster, simpler and easier to access. Nous allons encourager l'adoption de nouvelles technologies dans l'ensemble du gouvernement, y compris les outils d'intelligence artificielle qui seront fabriqués ici au Canada par l'intermédiaire d'un nouveau bureau de la transformation numérique. Parce que, Monsieur le Président, on comprend le potentiel de cette transformation-là numérique et le Canada sera un leader non seulement mondial, mais dans la livraison des services aux citoyens. This will create a more effective government that can deliver smarter, faster, and more effective services to Canadians. Since 2019, the federal public service population has grown at a rate which is far greater than the Canadian population, Mr. Speaker. We must get the size of our public service back to a sustainable level that is keeping with best practices. But as we are, Mr. Speaker, we will do that with fairness and compassion because we appreciate the work of every civil servant in this country. We appreciate their service. We appreciate their work. We value their contribution to our country. And whilst we do that, Mr. Speaker, we will make our tax system fairer. Third, we need clear fiscal anchors to provide the predictability and clarity to the world and to Canadians. We will balance day-to-day operating spending with revenues by 2028, 2029, shifting the budget towards investments that grow the economy. Mr. Speaker, this is a pivotal moment in Canada's history. We're going to make sure that the dollar that people entrust in us will be invested to grow Canada. We will maintain a declining deficit to GDP ratio, ensuring that the discipline today while investing in our collective future. Les mesures proposées dans le budget de 2025 nous mettent sur la bonne voie pour atteindre nos objectifs d'investissement. Monsieur le Président, nous créerons un environnement commercial propice à l'afflux de capitaux privés sans précédent dans l'histoire du pays, dans les secteurs de l'énergie, de l'infrastructure, du logement et de la défense. Monsieur le Président, ce budget-là, c'est un budget d'investissement générationnel, un budget pour cette génération et les futures générations. Monsieur le Président, c'est un budget parce que nous croyons dans le Canada. Nos investissements vont concentrer nos efforts sur notre réussite économique et augmenter sur la productivité. Parce que la productivité, Monsieur le Président, consiste à faire plus avec moins, car c'est le meilleur moyen d'améliorer le niveau de vie des Canadiens et Canadiennes. Le budget de 2025 accélérera la construction dans les domaines du logement et des infrastructures à travers le pays. Il renforcera également la place du Canada en tant que juridiction fiscalement compétitive et l'une des meilleures nations au monde pour investir. Mr. Speaker, Canada is a great place to invest, but together with Budget 2025, we're going to make it even greater, Mr. Speaker. In short, Canada is the place to be. Canada is the place to invest. Canada is the place to grow, Mr. Speaker. And we're proud to serve Canadians. Monsieur le Président, les budgets ne visent pas à tout faire, mais plutôt à faire ce qui est nécessaire et à bien le faire. Nous présentons un plan ferme, équitable et axé sur les résultats, le genre de réforme que les Canadiens demandent et qui a bien servi notre pays par le passé. This generational investment plan will invest $280 billion over 5 years in capital to strengthen Canada's productivity, competitiveness, and resilience. Wow. On a cash basis, this is an historic investment of $450 billion, Mr. Speaker, in Canada. Because we believe in Canada, we believe in Canadians, we believe in our workers, we believe in our future, Mr. Speaker. Ces investissements générationnels vont stimuler la croissance dans chacune des régions du pays, Monsieur le Président, et vont créer de bons emplois pour la classe moyenne. Le genre d'emploi qui permet aux jeunes et aux familles de planifier leur avenir avec confiance. Our generational investment will focus on 4 key priorities. Housing, to restore affordability and opportunity. Infrastructure, to connect Canadians and accelerate growth. Defense and security, to protect our sovereignty and our communities. Productivity and competitiveness, to lead and make Canada an innovation powerhouse. The innovation powerhouse of the 21st century. Il ne s'agit pas de priorités abstraites, mais bien de fondements d'un Canada plus fort, un Canada plus compétitif, un Canada plus ambitieux. Parce que nous croyons dans le Canada. Monsieur le Président, notre tâche consiste désormais à transformer notre solidité budgétaire en un objectif national. Depuis des générations, les Canadiens ont réalisé ensemble de grands projets qui ont relié nos régions, et défini notre identité au cours de plus d'un siècle, Monsieur le Président. The One Canadian Economy Act adopted last June continues that tradition, a very proud tradition. It removed barriers to internal trade, accelerate approvals for major projects, and strengthens the economic union that binds our province and territories together. We are completing the unfinished work of Confederation, Mr. Speaker. We are going to complete the unfinished work of Confederation, ensuring that wherever a product is made in Canada, it can be sold in Canada, where trade and opportunity flow freely across provincial lines. Mr. Speaker, this is about Canada. If you build something in one part of the country, you ought to be able to sell it across the country, because we believe in Canada. Bonne nouvelle, notre gouvernement ne s'arrête pas là, mais va plutôt lancer la prochaine génération de projets de construction nationale. Les autoroutes, les pistes d'atterrissage, les ports, les réseaux électriques et les corridors numériques qui définiront le prochain siècle de la croissance canadienne. Grâce à ces investissements, nous relierons les régions, renforcerons nos chaînes d'approvisionnement à travers le pays et nous créerons des centaines de milliers d'emplois bien rémunérés dans toutes les régions de notre grand pays. And our Arctic Infrastructure Fund, Mr. Speaker, will expand possibilities and opportunities like never before in Canada's north, Mr. Speaker. We should all be proud as Canadian. We are going to make historic investment in Canada's north. This is a great moment for the country. And we will build infrastructure in communities all across Canada with the new Build Communities Strong Fund, Mr. Speaker. As we build million more homes, we'll need infrastructure like roads to build new neighborhoods. This fund will help build that. New neighborhoods will lead to new communities across our country that will want recreational and athletic center. This fund will help build that. Wow. And the new communities will need new hospital. This fund will help build that. This fund will build Canada strong. This fund will build our community strong. This fund will build Canada strong, Mr. Speaker. And something I'm very proud of, and I think the Prime Minister would join me in that, we will do all this by being our own best customer to the new Buy Canadian policy. It's about time that we put Canadian supplier first. Lorsque le gouvernement achète, les fournisseurs canadiens seront nos premiers choix chaque fois que cela est possible. Point final. Parce que nous croyons dans le Canada. Nous utiliserons, we will be using steel made by our workers in Hamilton and Sault Ste. Marie. Nous utiliserons l'aluminium coulé au Saguenay-Lac-Saint-Jean, à Bécancour et à Kitimat. Et nous utiliserons le bois d'œuvre ici à Thunder Bay, à Prince George et même dans mon comté à La Tuque, Monsieur le Président. Dans toutes les communautés du pays. We will support our workers. We will support our country. We will support our industry. Monsieur le Président, je vais vous donner un exemple. Hier à Saint-Tite, un endroit bien connu au Canada, une petite ville rurale dans ma circonscription, j'ai visité les bottes boulées. Une entreprise familiale qui fabrique des bottes depuis 1933. J'ai même eu la chance de fabriquer une partie de chaussures que je porte fièrement aujourd'hui avec l'aide de nombreux travailleurs et travailleuses. Un rappel du savoir-faire et de la fierté de la force industrielle du Canada, de la force manufacturière. Monsieur le Président, les chaussures que je porte fièrement aujourd'hui, c'est les mêmes chaussures que portent les officiers de la GRC au pays, Monsieur le Président. know the Conservative would wish they would have a pair too. Mr. Speaker, these shoes have been made in Canada by Canadians for Canadians. That's the way to go, Mr. Speaker. That's how you build a Canada strong. C'est tout le sens politique d'Acheter canadien, des emplois de qualité, des communautés résilientes et la fierté de bâtir ensemble. That's what Buy Canadian is all about. It's all about good jobs. It's all about resilient communities in our cities and in rural communities across our nation. And this is about pride in what we build, pride in Canada, pride in our workers. That's how you build a strong country. Mr. Speaker, Canada has a legacy of builders. We are a nation of builders. That same spirit of building at home has defined Canada for generations. We have done this before. Back in 1945, just after the war, Canada had to do big things. A so-called, at the time, Minister of Everything, the great CDR, banked on the boundless potential of Canada to make big change in our country. He was not afraid to bet big on Canadians. Neither we are, Mr. Speaker, because we believe in Canada. This budget is guided by the strong conviction that Canada must remain a nation of builders, of infrastructure and of innovation, of trust in public institutions and hope for generations to come. This nation knows how to build. We built the Canadian Pacific Railway in 1885, allowing our country to be connected from coast to coast and supporting trade across the prairies. We built the St. Lawrence Seaway, more recently in 1959, creating a deep water route from the Great Lakes to the Atlantic Ocean. Et plus récemment, nous avons construit les installations hydroélectriques de la baie James en 1985, fournissant une énergie propre, abondante pour alimenter les industries canadiennes et permettant au Canada de devenir l'un des plus grands producteurs mondiaux d'énergie hydroélectrique. Monsieur le Président, that's why I'm so proud of Canada. That's why we want to build a Canada strong together. Each generation has taken on its share of the work and left the next generation stronger for it. We will do it again because we believe in Canada.
Hear, hear. Hear, hear.
With planned investment of $115 billion in infrastructure over 5 years, we will meet the moment. That's what Canadians expect from their government. They know what's going on. They want us to meet the moment, and we'll meet that moment. And we will build the backbone of Canada's next economy. Our task is simple, but it's profound. To turn plans into projects, to turn projects into careers, and to turn careers into prosperity, Mr. Speaker. That's what we are committed to do. That's what we will do with Canadians across the nation. And to do so, we will do that in a way that protects our future, that also protects our nature, and also protect our core values. Building a true partnership with Indigenous people whose stewardship and knowledge of the land continue to guide us today. Because we do not just build for ourselves. Because we do not build just for ourselves, we build for those who will follow us. I'm often reminded of the 7th-generation principle. Rooted in Indigenous teachings, a reminder that every decision we take must consider its impact on future generations. Mr. Speaker, we will build Canada strong, but we will build with Canadian values. Mais un pays fort, Monsieur le Président, investit non seulement dans son économie, mais aussi dans son identité. Au cours de la dernière année, les Canadiens ont montré ce qu'est vraiment le Canada. Lorsque l'incertitude mondiale nous a mis à l'épreuve, nous nous sommes tournés les uns vers les autres. Les gens ont demandé où leurs aliments étaient cultivés et ont choisi d'acheter auprès des agriculteurs et des producteurs locaux. Les familles ont voyagé à travers le pays et ont redécouvert sa beauté d'un océan à l'autre. Les communautés se sont ralliées autour des entreprises, des créateurs et des travailleurs canadiens. Monsieur le Président, voilà ce qui signifie d'être Canadien. C'est se soutenir mutuellement, bâtir ensemble et être fiers de ce que nous fabriquons, cultivons et créons ici chez nous, Monsieur le Président. Ça, c'est être Canadien, Monsieur le Président, et c'est pourquoi nous sommes là pour défendre le Canada, Monsieur le Président. Nous sommes un pays bilingue, un pays diversifié, un pays bienveillant qui a été façonné par la réconciliation, l'égalité et le respect. Monsieur le Président, nous croyons dans un Canada fort. Monsieur le Président, notre gouvernement investit beaucoup pour aider les Canadiens à progresser. On the housing front, I think this is something that speaks to everyone. Every young people in the country, every family around the country, everyone listening today. Canada faces a steep housing supply gap that has threatened affordability. And our minister has been doing great work to make sure we have more supply and continue to do so. We need to make sure that, Canadians across the nation can find a home. And because when they find a home, this is the best way to build their lives. And therefore, we want to be there for them. Budget 2025 is, Mr. Speaker, the most ambitious housing plan since the Second World War. This is what we're delivering for Canadians. The moment calls for it, and we are meeting the moment, Mr. Speaker. The Prime Minister has been clear. We need to build in this country. We need to build faster. We need to build bigger. We need to build now. We need to build Canada strong. We have put in this budget record investment of $13 billion over 5 years in our flagship home building initiative, the Build Canada Homes. And I'm sure Canadians across the country understand that, because this will be making sure that we build at speed and scale that we have not seen in generations. And we will build, Mr. Speaker, we will double the pace of housing construction over the next decade while we create a new industry. When we will be using Canadian technology, Canadian workers, and Canadian lumber. We will use Canadian workers to build Canada with Canadian material. This is what we're going to do, Mr. Speaker, because we believe in Canada. And we will improve affordability and create careers in the skilled trades. Because as we build this country, Mr. Speaker, young people will see that the dream they have of home ownership will become within reach again. That's what we want to do for future generation, because you know what? Every home built is a step toward a more affordable and a more confident Canada. Monsieur le Président, l'abordabilité ne se limite pas seulement au logement. Il s'agit de faciliter la vie des Canadiens, de réduire les coûts au quotidien tout en protégeant les programmes dont dépendent les familles à travers notre grand pays. Les Canadiens nous ont élus pour prendre des mesures audacieuses afin de les aider rapidement à améliorer leur qualité de vie. And that's what we did, Mr. Speaker, and we will continue to do. The very first thing that this Prime Minister did for Canadians was to cut tax for 22 million Canadians. That is the first thing we did. First thing we did. And then we brought down gas prices by 18 cents per liter when we canceled the consumer carbon price.
Yes.
See, even the Conservatives are cheering, Mr. Speaker. And they should be cheering about that as well, because we made permanent the National School Food Program, helping 100,000 children each year. I know in the heart they support it, Mr. Speaker. Et, Monsieur le Président, nous avons lancé les prestations fédérales automatiques, lesquelles bénéficieront à 5,5 millions de Canadiens et de Canadiennes à faible revenu pour s'assurer que personne ne soit laissé pour compte. Nous allons renforcer la concurrence dans les secteurs des télécommunications et des services bancaires afin de faire baisser les prix. Mr. Speaker, these are practical measures that make life more affordable today and build confidence in tomorrow. Because when Canadians can afford a home, when Canadians can raise a family, when Canadians can plan for the future, our entire country grows stronger. Parce que la prospérité n'a de sens que lorsqu'elle est partagée et que chaque Canadien et Canadienne peut se reconnaître dans la promesse de ce pays. Mr. Speaker, what we did in this budget is that every Canadian should feel that there's something for them. Because it's not only about today, it's about future generation. It's about building for them. It's about making sure that we'll have a very strong country for generations to come. And as the Prime Minister has said, there can be no prosperity without security. Let me repeat, there can be no prosperity without security. And Mr. Speaker, in that vein, I am sure that every member, and I will look across the aisle and I look in the eyes of every member of this House, every member in this House would agree that we do need to protect our people, our communities, and our country. Every Canadian expects every member of this House to be there for them. When it comes to security and our sovereignty, Mr. Speaker, we all should be rising and defend what we're proposing. Because, Mr. Speaker, a confident nation that protects its sovereignty at home and its interests abroad through strength, stability, and partnership with allies, we share our values. This is what we're doing, Mr. Speaker. Et avec 30 milliards de dollars sur 5 ans, le budget de 2025 représente le plus important investissement dans la défense depuis des décennies. Mr. Speaker, yes, let's cheer our people. I have even more good news, Mr. Speaker. We will meet our 2% NATO commitment this year. We will modernize NORAD. We will reinforce our Arctic defense. And we will equip our brave men and women of the Canadian Armed Forces with the infrastructure and technology that they need to safeguard our nation. And we will do that because we believe in Canada. With our new Defense Investment Agency and Defense Industrial Strategy, we will build up Canada's defense industry, strengthening Canadian businesses and supporting Canadian workers and creating good union jobs, Mr. Speaker, across our country. Our work on defense will strengthen Canadian Research Centre. It will strengthen Canadian communities in the North, working with our Inuit and First Nation partners across our country by building dual-use infrastructure like ports and runways to make sure that every community, when we invest, can benefit, Mr. Speaker. Notre plan va créer de nouveaux emplois pour nos ingénieurs, nos techniciens et nos scientifiques dans des secteurs comme l'aérospatial, la construction navale, la cybersécurité et l'intelligence artificielle. Nous allons embaucher également 1000 nouveaux agents des services frontaliers et 1000 nouveaux employés de la GRC pour sécuriser nos frontières et assurer la sécurité de nos communautés. Enfin, en investissant dans l'application de la loi et la réforme de la justice, nous allons lutter contre le crime organisé, la violence armée et le vol de voitures au pays. Nous allons investir également et poursuivre avec passion et détermination, comme l'a fait ma collègue, la ministre responsable, le travail important que nous accomplissons avec les provinces et les territoires pour mettre fin à la violence fondée sur le genre. Ma collègue, Monsieur le Président, a fait un travail extraordinaire et nous allons l'appuyer. Nous allons continuer de l'appuyer. because every Canadian should feel safe, Mr. Speaker. And I want to commend the leadership of my colleague. She's extraordinary. She knows who she is, but I cannot pronounce her name in the House. But she knows who she is because she's been there and leading the way, Mr. Speaker, to make sure that, we invest and that we continue the important work across our nation. Alors que nous établissons des partenariats en matière de sécurité, il est essentiel de continuer de développer nos partenariats économiques. Pour bâtir un avenir plus solide, nous devons intensifier nos échanges commerciaux, innover plus rapidement et jouer un rôle de premier plan dans le secteur des énergies propres et conventionnelles. Monsieur le Président, le commerce a toujours été une force du Canada, reliant notre population, nos ressources et nos industries au reste du monde. Mais une trop grande part de ce commerce dépend d'un unique partenaire. Through Budget 2025, we are launching a trade diversification strategy, supported by a Trade Diversification Corridors Fund to expand Canada's reach, double our overseas export within a decade, which will unlock $300 billion in new opportunities for Canadian business and Canadian workers. This is good news if you're a small and medium-sized business. This is good news if you're an exporter. This is good news because now you see we're going to expand our market. We're going to bring what Canada has to offer to the world. Nous allons renforcer les ports, nous allons renforcer les chemins de fer et les postes frontaliers. Nous allons réduire les goulots d'étranglement et nous allons ouvrir des voies plus rapides vers les marchés mondiaux. Excellent. Car lorsque les entreprises canadiennes sont compétitives et connaissent du succès à l'étranger, les travailleurs et les collectivités canadiennes prospèrent ici même chez nous. Mr. Speaker, Canada, I think we can agree on, all of us can agree on that, is the best place to live. Canada is the best place to live. And it's the reason why top talent from around the world want to come here, because they see opportunities and possibilities to contribute to cutting-edge research in our country. With our flagship international talent attraction strategy of more than $1.7 billion, we will make sure that the best and brightest continue to choose Canada to innovate, to invent, and to grow our industry, Mr. Speaker. The best and brightest will come here in Canada. This is how you build a Canada strong, Mr. Speaker, by making a generational investment of $115 billion over 5 years in measures that will drive productivity and competitiveness. We will supercharge growth in Canada and become the strongest economy in the G7 because we believe in Canada. Let me be clear to all the Canadians watching at home tonight. Productivity is not about working harder. It's about working smarter. It's about working smarter. It's about how well we mobilize ideas, how well our workers, how well we can mobilize workers, investment, and innovation to generate growth. It's what drives up the wages in our country, improves living standard, and strengthens public services, Mr. Speaker. Pendant trop longtemps, la productivité du Canada a été trop faible. C'est un problème que nous devons surmonter et nous pouvons surmonter. Artificial intelligence will be the defining technology of our time, just like electricity was in the last century. L'intelligence artificielle va jouer un rôle clé, en plus des technologies quantiques et d'autres technologies de pointe, pour mener le Canada vers une croissance durable. Remember, Mr. Speaker, Canada was the very first country in the world to have an AI national strategy and an AI quantum strategy. We know how to lead. We have some of the best researchers, and some of them have won even Nobel Prize, Mr. Speaker. We have the brain, we have the capacity, we have the will. We will lead, Mr. Speaker, because we believe in Canada. productivity and innovation powerhouse, Mr. Speaker, through a number of measures. The first is our productivity super deduction to create the right climate for businesses to invest in new machinery, equipment, and technology. A bold expansion of projects of national interest in artificial intelligence, in clean technology, and in advanced manufacturing. We will turn Canadian innovation into industrial strength, and we will enhance tax incentives for Canadian builders to conduct research and development in this country and make it seamless for them to apply to these essential tax credits that will drive innovation and productivity. Mr. Speaker, this budget 2025 is about productivity and competitiveness. This is about a roadmap for Canada to be the place to invest. It's already great. We're going to make it greater together. Obviously, budget can seem, and numbers in budget can seem a bit abstract for people watching and wondering what it means to them. But let me make it very concrete. As I said earlier, this budget will unleash $1 trillion in total investment over the next 5 years. That would boost average wage in Canada by some $3,000 a year, Mr. Speaker. That's what it means for workers. That's what it means for families. That's what it means for Canadians. It would add $15 billion to federal revenues that can support healthcare, lower your taxes, and pay down Canada's debt. We chose Canada. We will make Canada strong because we believe in Canada. Throughout our history, Mr. Speaker, we have opened our doors to the world. We have always welcomed those fleeing the most difficult situations, those who seek to study at our world-class universities, and those willing to share their expertise and drive innovation in Canada. Those who wanted to contribute to Canada. Mr. Speaker, we are taking back control over the immigration system and putting Canada on a trajectory to bring immigration back to sustainable levels, allowing us to fulfill the promise of Canada to those who call it home. Our plan will restore control, will provide clarity and consistency to the immigration system while maintaining compassion in our choices and driving competitiveness in our economy. Notre plan va permettre d'assurer un meilleur contrôle de notre système d'immigration tout en préservant une approche fondée sur nos valeurs canadiennes. Clean competitiveness. L'action climatique n'est pas seulement une obligation morale, c'est une nécessité économique. Pour favoriser la compétitivité et la croissance, il faut aussi être un chef de file dans l'économie à faible émission de carbone. Notre stratégie de compétitivité climatique transforme nos richesses naturelles, comme nos minéraux critiques et notre énergie propre, en prospérité durable. La réduction de nos émissions est essentielle pour protéger la compétitivité des secteurs énergétiques canadiens. Nous instaurons toute une gamme de crédits d'impôt à l'investissement pour l'économie propre qui permettent déjà de générer des milliards de capitaux privés en investissement pour des projets liés à l'hydrogène, à la capture du carbone et à l'électricité propre. Mr. Speaker, Canada is the place to invest, but we understand also that this is not only the right thing to do, but it's the smart thing to do. And I want to commend the work of my colleagues who have been leading the effort on that. Because these investments will allow us to modernize our networks, they will allow us to have projects of national interest, and they will also make sure that we connect Canada with our electricity network. Monsieur le Président, en devenant un chef de file mondial des technologies propres et de l'énergie propre, le Canada peut renforcer son avantage concurrentiel et aider nos industries à prospérer dans l'économie mondiale. Let me talk about our youth, Mr. Speaker, because our youth is the future of this nation. Nous avons au Canada les travailleurs les plus compétents, les plus talentueux, ainsi que la main-d'œuvre la plus instruite au monde. Nous pouvons tous en être très fiers. Mr. Speaker, every time, and I know my colleagues join me, we know that it's because of the talent the expertise, the dedication of our workers, then Canada wins. They are the best worker in the world. That's why you see investment. Every day they go to work. And obviously, Mr. Speaker, it's thanks to their service, their service to our nation, their talent, that we can succeed, and we will continue to work with them to make Canada the place to invest. Le budget 2025 élargit les possibilités d'apprentissage, de formation et de croissance pour les jeunes. Il crée des nouvelles voies d'accès à des carrières dans les secteurs de la construction, de l'énergie propre et de la fabrication. Il est essentiel que nous donnions à la prochaine génération la confiance et les compétences nécessaires pour réussir. Mr. Speaker, when we talk about youth and the future generation, I think every member in this House should pay attention because they are the future of our country. Through a suite of new measures, we will extend union training, extend the tax credit to personal support workers who have been doing work, and they're always there for our people, and enhance labor mobility. Mr. Speaker, Canadian workers will drive Canada's economic transformation with new skills and training, and they will seize the exciting and high-paying careers and good. Give Canadians the tool they need to shape the future. This is how we build Canada strong. En conclusion, Monsieur le Président, le budget que je dépose aujourd'hui constitue notre cadre pour l'avenir du Canada et une feuille de route vers la prospérité et la résilience. It all comes down to a choice between two visions. One vision of resignation, a vision that would scale back the vital support Canadians rely on, make it harder for families to find a home, and leave our country more vulnerable, poorer, and dependent. And another vision, one rooted in confidence, confidence in Canadian, and in the belief that by making generational investments today, we can build lasting prosperity for tomorrow. By putting more confidence home, one vision of resignation du Canada, this is how we build Canada strong. En conclusion, Monsieur le Président, le budget que je dépose aujourd'hui constitue notre cadre pour l'avenir du Canada et une feuille de route vers la prospérité et la résilience. It all comes down to a choice between two visions. One vision of resignation, a vision that would scale back the vital support Canadians rely on, make it harder for families to find a home, and leave our country more vulnerable, poorer, and dependent. And another vision, one rooted in confidence, confidence in Canadian, and in the belief that by making generational investments today, we can build lasting prosperity for tomorrow. By putting more money in people's pockets, by ensuring every Canadian can retire with dignity, by making the dream of home ownership a reality once again, by building the infrastructure our city needs to grow, by keeping our community safe for our children and our parents. That is the path we choose, Mr. Speaker. That is the path of Budget 2025.
Yes.
I see even smile on the other side, Mr. Speaker. It's a good sign. It's a good sign. It's a good sign. Budget 2025 makes our choice clear. We choose confidence over resignation. We chose to empower Canadians to build this country together and protect what we hold dear. Monsieur le Président, il s'agit d'une question de confiance en nous-mêmes, en notre capacité de nous adapter et en l'avenir prometteur de ce pays. It's about Canada that builds, protects, and empower. It's about moving from reliance to resilience and from uncertainty to prosperity. Let's seize the moment. Let's build Canada strong because we are and will always be the true north, strong and free. Vive le Canada!
Well, I made a few notes.
Questions and comments. Questions and comments. Pardon? Joliette Manawan.
Oui, merci, Monsieur le Président. Je tiens à remercier. Quand on lit le texte, on voit qu'il parle de 115 milliards en infrastructure. Mais quand on regarde les chiffres, c'est seulement 9 milliards d'argent neuf sur 5 ans. Même pas 2 milliards par année d'argent neuf pour l'ensemble des infrastructures, malgré le déficit extrêmement élevé. Est-ce que c'est ça pour lui un budget générationnel? Merci, Monsieur le Président.
Le ministre des Finances.
Monsieur le Président, j'ai énormément de respect pour mon collègue, mais oui, c'est un budget d'investissement générationnel. Et je peux même lui dire, on a même innové dans ce budget-là. Il devrait être très content. Moi, je sais que les Québécois et Québécoises qui écoutent sont contents parce que pour la première fois, Monsieur le Président, dans notre fonds d'infrastructure, il y aura aussi des sommes pour les infrastructures en santé, Monsieur le Président. Un enjeu que le Québec nous a demandé. Investir avec eux en santé, dans les cliniques, dans les hôpitaux, pour s'assurer que chacun et chacune puisse avoir accès à des infrastructures modernes, Monsieur le Président. Nous avons répondu à l'appel du Québec, nous avons répondu à l'appel des Québécois, nous avons répondu à l'appel des Canadiens. Monsieur le Président, notre plan d'investissement en infrastructure, il est générationnel. Il va rendre nos communautés plus fortes. Nous devrons tous être très fiers, Monsieur le Président.
Questions and comments. The honourable member for Calgary East.
The Liberals have sacrificed the future of young Canadians. The deficit is a massive $80 billion this year. More inflation, higher costs. The Prime Minister...
The honourable member for Calgary East from the top, please.
Numbers don't lie, Mr. Speaker. The Liberals have sacrificed the future of young Canadians. The deficit is a massive $80 billion this year. More inflation, higher costs. The Prime Minister promised he would spend less and again broke his promise and is spending more. He's forcing young Canadians to sacrifice more so he can spend more. After 10 years of this Liberal government, housing costs have doubled. Food bank usage has doubled. Youth employment is the lowest it's been in 25 years. The cost on the interest of this government's debt is more than GST revenues or what goes to provinces in healthcare transfers. And today, the finance minister had a choice to make. Food prices could have came down. They could have been cheaper, but again, he refused to do this. The Liberals kept in place their industrial carbon tax, their food packaging tax, the clean fuel standard, and added $18 billion of inflationary fuel to the fire. Why did the finance minister leave in place Liberal hidden food taxes and force higher food costs on single mothers, seniors, and young Canadians?
Honorable ministre des Finances.
Mr. Speaker, we made a clear choice. We chose Canadian, Mr. Speaker. That is the thing. I know the budget has many pages. Maybe my colleague missed a chapter, Mr. Speaker. But let me help him because we have a bit of time. We have a bit of time. Mr. Speaker, we made the choice to invest in Canadians. We made the choice to protect and build our communities. We made the choice to invest in our young people. We made the choice to invest in our worker. We made the choice to invest in housing. We made the choice to invest in infrastructure. We made the choice to invest in productivity and competitiveness. We made the choice to invest in our defense, Mr. Speaker. And I hope that they will see and their consumer will be watching. Will they make the choice to invest in Canadians as well? On this side of the House, the answer is clear, Mr. Speaker. We will take no lessons from the Conservative, but we'll take lessons from history.
L'honorable député de Richmond-Arthabasca.
Monsieur le Président, même les agences de cotation tirent maintenant la sonnette d'alarme. Pour la première fois en 30 ans, savez-vous quoi, Monsieur le Président? La cote de crédit du Québec a été abaissée. Pourquoi? Les dépenses d'investissement sont au-delà de la capacité de payer des Québécois et Québécoises. Savez-vous quoi? Ce gouvernement libéral fait exactement la même chose, avec des dépenses d'investissement au-delà de la capacité de payer des Canadiennes et Canadiens. Ils ont déjà utilisé la carte de crédit de nos enfants, de nos petits-enfants, et maintenant la carte de crédit de nos arrière-petits-enfants. Après 10 ans de déficit libéral, ils ont hypothéqué l'avenir d'une génération entière. Les Canadiens n'en peuvent plus et les jeunes ont perdu espoir. Jusqu'à quand ce gouvernement va-t-il creuser sa dette sur le dos de nos enfants pour financer ses dépenses inflationnistes? Bravo!
L'honorable ministre des Finances.
Monsieur le Président, on va reprendre ça du début. On va lui donner une chance. Monsieur le Président, il y a une différence entre les dépenses et les investissements, Monsieur le Président. Il devrait être content que les gens dans son comté vont voir des investissements en infrastructures, Monsieur le Président. Ils vont même peut-être voir des investissements dans les infrastructures de santé, Monsieur le Président. Le plan que nous proposons aujourd'hui, c'est un plan d'investissement. C'est un budget générationnel, d'investissement générationnel. Et, Monsieur le Président, les gens comprennent à la maison que nous avons besoin d'investir dans notre prospérité, nous avons besoin d'investir dans nos jeunes, nous avons besoin d'investir dans nos travailleurs, nous avons besoin d'investir dans nos industries, nous avons besoin d'investir dans le Canada parce que de ce côté-ci, Monsieur le Président, nous croyons dans le Canada.
L'honorable député de Repentigny.
Au pouvoir de ce gouvernement, on a vu plein de reculs en matière de lutte au changement climatique, plus de tarification de carbone, plus d'argent pour les véhicules électriques, des projets de pipeline, projets de gaz naturel liquéfié. On nous a dit qu'on va arriver avec une stratégie de compétitivité climatique. Quand on regarde dans ce budget, il y a 589 millions pour cette stratégie-là jusqu'à 2030. Des 589 millions, il y en a 586 pour les minéraux critiques. Il reste 4 millions pour 5 ans pour leur stratégie de compétitivité climatique. Est-ce qu'ils sont littéralement en train d'abandonner la lutte climatique?
Honorable ministre des Finances.
Monsieur le Président, je comprends qu'il y a beaucoup à lire aujourd'hui pour mon collègue, mais il y a tout un chapitre, Monsieur le Président, sur la compétitivité climatique, Monsieur le Président, parce qu'on comprend que c'est non seulement la bonne chose à faire, mais c'est la chose intelligente à faire. Il va être content de le voir. Là. Je vais lui donner la soirée pour lire le budget, mais il va avoir tous les crédits d'investissement pour les technologies propres, Monsieur le Président, parce qu'on est conscient de ce côté-ci qu'on peut bâtir une économie forte à faible carbone. Et, Monsieur le Président, ce budget-là répond à cet enjeu-là. Nous allons être là pour cette génération, les prochaines générations. Nous allons investir dans l'industrie canadienne.
Honorable député de Rosemont-la-Petite-Patrie.
Monsieur le Président, les Québécois et les Canadiens font face à une crise de l'emploi avec un taux de chômage sans précédent depuis 10 ans, surtout chez les jeunes. Pourtant, ce gouvernement-là veut abolir l'emploi de 40 000 personnes des services publics. Ce sont des bons emplois syndiqués qui font vivre les familles que les libéraux veulent couper. Alors que chacun d'entre eux est en train de rendre service aux Québécois et aux Canadiens, puis ils en ont besoin. Le premier ministre avait dit aux Canadiens pendant les élections qu'il voulait plafonner le nombre de personnes employées par les services publics, pas les couper. Pourquoi ce gouvernement libéral brise sa promesse puis coupe des bons emplois et des services au moment où les gens en ont le plus besoin?
L'honorable ministre des Finances.
Monsieur le Président, je remercie mon collègue pour sa question d'être à Ottawa et permettez-moi de rassurer tous les gens du service public qui font un travail exceptionnel. Je pense que tout le monde dans cette Chambre peut les applaudir. C'est des hommes et des femmes qui sont là pour servir les Canadiens et les Canadiennes. On apprécie leur travail, on valorise leur travail, Monsieur le Président. Ce qu'on a dit dans notre plan, c'était de rétablir à un niveau plus soutenable la taille de la fonction publique, Monsieur le Président. On va le faire de façon bienveillante, de façon judicieuse. Et la plupart de ces emplois-là, Monsieur le Président, seront faits, ou ces mesures-là seront par attrition, Monsieur le Président. Ce soir, je pense que les familles ici à Ottawa peuvent bien dormir. Nous serons là pour eux, Monsieur le Président. Merci.
Honorable member for Wellington, Halton Hills North.
Mr. Speaker, the last budget of 2 years ago had a fiscal anchor of a deficit of less than 1% of GDP in future years and constantly declining debt-to-GDP ratios in subsequent years. This budget has a fiscal anchor of deficits averaging 2% of GDP over the next number of years and a rising debt-to-GDP ratio. Will the Finance Minister confirm that his fiscal anchor is weaker than the last Finance Minister's fiscal anchor?
L'honorable ministre des Finances.
Mr. Speaker, I have a lot of respect for my colleague, but he might have noticed that the world has changed, Mr. Speaker, and this is a new government. And Mr. Speaker,
No. We have 30 seconds left. The Honourable Minister of Finance.
Let me repeat that because I know they like to hear it. Canada has the strongest fiscal position in the G7, Mr. Speaker. Not only we said it, but the director of the International Monetary Fund said Canada and Germany stand out, Mr. Speaker. We have the fiscal capacity to invest. We're going to build this country. We're going to protect this nation. We're going to build Canada strong together.
Resuming debate, the Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Monsieur le Président, je félicite le ministre pour avoir présenté sa première allocation budgétaire, mais il a parlé longtemps. Et étant donné que ce gouvernement libéral ajoute presque 10 millions de dollars à notre dette nationale chaque heure, ça doit être le discours le plus cher dans l'histoire de ce Parlement, Monsieur le Président. Well, I congratulate the Minister for his first budget speech. It was a very long speech, and given that this government is adding about $10 million to our national debt every single hour, I think we can say that, while talk is cheap, it's very expensive when a Liberal finance minister does it. Chaque dollar que le gouvernement dépense sort des poches des Canadiens. Plus qu'ils dépensent, plus que ça coûte cher. C'est pour ça que les libéraux ont réussi à doubler le coût du logement et les files d'attente aux banques alimentaires. Et c'est pour ça que nous voulions un budget abordable pour un Canada plus abordable. Mr. Speaker, this government is the most expensive in Canadian history. Every dollar the Prime Minister spends comes out of the pockets of Canadians. The more they spend, the more things cost. And that's why Conservatives were calling for an affordable budget, for an affordable life, after Liberals doubled the cost of housing and doubled the lineups at our food banks. Aujourd'hui, les libéraux ont introduit le déficit le plus grand et coûteux dans l'histoire de notre pays hors de la COVID. Ça va engendrer les coûts plus élevés pour l'épicerie, pour le logement et pour toute autre chose. Today, the Liberals have introduced the most costly and largest budget deficit in history outside of COVID. The cost of this Liberal budget will drive up the cost of food, housing, and everything else that Canadians buy. And the Prime Minister has broken every single promise he made just 7 short months ago. He promised a $62 billion deficit. He delivered nearly an $80 billion deficit, $16 billion bigger than he promised and twice the size that his predecessor left behind. He promised to lower the debt-to-GDP ratio. He raised it, and inflation along with it. He promised to spend less. He's spending $90 billion more, costing $5,400 per family in Canada, and that $90 billion, to the Prime Minister's heckles, is above and beyond the promised $16 billion that he says he will one day find. And if he doesn't find them, it will be over $100 billion in brand new spending to respond to the Prime Minister's heckles, Mr. Speaker. He also promised that he would invest more. His own budget document lays out a graph showing that every quarter of this year will see private sector business investment collapse. This costly budget forces Canadians to spend more on debt interest than on health care transfers. More than the government collects in GST. That means every dollar the Canadians pay in GST will go to bankers and bondholders instead of to doctors and nurses. All while he raises the industrial carbon tax on farm equipment and fertilizer and therefore food, on steel, concrete, and other industrial projects needed to build homes, a big tax increases on homes and food. Donc, au nom des Canadiens qui paient déjà trop cher pour le coût du sous-gouvernement libéral pour se chauffer, se loger, se nourrir, les conservateurs ne vont pas pouvoir supporter ce budget. Mr. Speaker, instead, we will. Our party wanted an affordable budget for an affordable life, and on behalf of all the Canadians who can no longer afford to eat, heat, or house themselves because of Liberal inflation, we Conservatives cannot support this costly Liberal budget. But there is still time for the Prime Minister to do the right thing. We will put forward an amendment that will transform this policy by making Canada affordable again. It will get rid of the industrial carbon tax, cut the wasteful spending to bring down debt, inflation, and taxes. It will open our country up to opportunity by developing our prodigious resources, clear away bureaucracy to build affordable homes. Nous revendiquons que le Premier ministre accepte notre amendement pour rendre la vie abordable pour les Canadiens, pour rendre les chèques de paie plus forts et notre économie plus indépendante. C'est ça l'approche que nous proposons. Nous proposons une économie qui est abordable pour nos jeunes, qui est sécurisée pour nos personnes âgées et qui protège la promesse du Canada pour chacun qui travaille fort. Mr. Speaker, we want a hopeful future. For our young people, we want homes, jobs, and hope. For our seniors, we want affordability. And we want for all Canadians who work hard to bring back the promise of Canada. Thank you very much. And with that, Mr. Speaker, I move second by the member for Edmonton Gateway that the debate be now adjourned. Thank you.
There we go. Had a problem getting my mic up. Yeah, it's OBS issues today. Yeah, so start of the live stream. 15 minutes trying to resolve this issue, trying to get on to Rumble. Don't know why. OBS, for some reason, just would not get on Twitter and Rumble. Had to re-enter stream keys several times. That's very odd. Just before this budget. Anyway, so in Occam's razor way, let us do a quick review of the budget because this is what it is. Let's bring up some Atmo on this. We got, can we hear this? There we go. Yeah. All right. So, first thing that, get this out of the way, is I had no idea the Bloc had such a large climate change base to appease. And I hear this often in question period. They're always going after the Liberals for not being, climate scammers enough. You're not doing enough for the environment. You promised you were going to do all this stuff. Are you backing away from this? I mean, it's a good way of actually pointing out that they, of the many things that they always lie about and never actually follow through on. I guess that's a good way to do it. This weak fiscal anchor. See his response near the end here. He's just when he was trying to now you have a higher acceptable jet to GDP ratio of 2% as opposed to the 1 point whatever percent the previous finance minister had. So would you admit that you have a weaker fiscal anchor? And then he's like, well, it's like the rest of the world has weak anchors, so, accept it. Yeah, that's the liberal way. That's what communists do. They chip away a little bit here. You get used to accepting a lower standard of everything. Right? Oh, it was acceptable to be super in debt before. Now we'll be extra super in debt because, the rest of the world is also extra super in debt, so it's okay. Everybody else is in debt. Now we caught up to them. That's really what it is. Let's switch scenes here. Seems they're not broadcasting anymore. Hey, what's going on here? There, much better. Yeah, so, as expected, we do not have fiscal anchors, which means they are just going to continue to spend like the drunken sailors that they are, probably on harm reduction. $80 billion deficit, it's got to be bigger. It's got to be bigger. They got to be hiding some expenditures somewhere. Oh, maybe it's under the investments part. I'm sure as more people go through this budget, more and more will come out regarding the figures. And this constant gaslighting of the difference between investing and spending. Nobody believes you, Jeff Champagne. Look in the books there. Nobody believes that BS. So, 10 years, folks. 10 years the Liberals have been in power. Know them by what they do. Right? That will determine how they will spend the next 6 months. Pretty well, probably like they spent the last 7 months, which was spending with abandon, with no fiscal anchors. Because anything goes when you're liberal. Anything goes. They're like, biggest bills since World War II. You gotta ask yourself why. How do we get here? How do we get to this point where you're actually like, things are so bad, we have to have this huge infrastructure project? Admitting failure once again, that you people have completely buggered things up completely in Canada, that you're resorted to wartime measures, except in this case here, you don't actually have a lot of wartime soldiers coming back to help you build your country because you picked most of those guys out of the military with your vaccine mandates, and then you disengaged anybody else that wanted to be a soldier that was a person here in Canada if they didn't fit the right quota. So that's why you're now using translators in Gagetown for your recruits, apparently, right? Because you don't even give them a language test when they enter. So that's what you care about the military. You talked a little bit about the game. You always want to bring in the patriotism for Canada this and Canada that. We are going to support the military, except that you do not. Nothing for veterans. What are you in your 6th Veterans Affairs Minister? You people are a joke. A complete joke. You've abandoned the veterans, especially the vaccine injured members of your armed forces that you abandoned duty of care. You're just hoping that they will die and go away. Yeah, we're still keeping track of that, you buggers. And, as well, this, I can't read my own writing. I knew this would happen. We believe in Canada. Yeah. Now, of course, they turn the page onto the green scam because they got to keep feeding green carbon capture technology scams. You ever heard of the biggest scam ever? It's like one volcano, boom. And of course, we're partnering with China that's building, a coal plant every day. It's like everybody and his cousin's got a coal plant there. I don't know. It's constant coal plants. And they have fields and fields of unused EVs that they can't get rid of because they were just hunting them out to do a false industry. I hope they don't bring those suckers over, especially since they have a habit of catching fire and exploding. And you can't put those buggers up. You gotta wait for them to actually burn out. Yay, us. I don't recall them saying much about that in the budget, and they kept talking about that in question period. If you want to know about this, you got to listen to the budget. Want to know about that? Well, it'll be in the budget. That was kind of one of the things that somebody might have asked a question about regarding, maybe getting too involved with the Chinese economically. Oh, well, that'll be in the budget. Well, I didn't really hear anything about that. And then there is, how do you expect to, well, apprentices this and apprentices that. Well, the problem with apprentices is that they need industry to apprentice in. Right? If you put somebody through a schoolhouse and you give them a basic, certificate saying, yeah, he's good with a screwdriver, and then off he goes to actually work in the industry so that he can go from apprentice up to journeyman, right? But you can't do that journey to man. You can't be a journey person, whatever cultural Marxists have turned that term into anymore. I don't know. If the industry's not there, because they're all fleeing Canada. Every day, they're shutting down and moving to the States. Or leaving or saying, business is too expensive here. And there's nothing here that's going to change that whatsoever, because just like the leader of the opposition mentioned, you're keeping all the stuff in that's going to drive and keep industry and business away. And I'll just move on to the last statement that the finance minister in his shiny new shoes said. Move from uncertainty to prosperity. Why they keep admitting their own failure, that we've been living in uncertain times because of them. Because that's the image they have been projecting. Since the last election, they said, oh, you got to vote for our guy because we'll make everything better and we'll fix this and we'll be the most prosperous and we will build and be shovels in the ground and blah, 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 blah. And here we are 7 months later, nothing. Absolutely nothing except another budget to keep more of this nothing from happening, except you gotcha. Spend, spend, spend. Keep racking up those credit cards. Thanks for coming out. Join us tomorrow on the Nap at 1:30. And again, sorry about the start if you were watching on Rumble or X, because this OBS issue. And let's see if we have an outgoing scene for this. It's our outro. Why not? Let's do this outro because it's pretty well the same message. The exact same message that you got for the budget was this.
The Honourable Minister of Finance.
We listen to Canadians, something that the Conservative may want to do a bit more. And what Canadians have told us, Mr. Speaker, is affordability is the first concern. The second is housing, and the third is the economy. What have we done, Mr. Speaker, while the leader was away? The first thing we did for Canadians was to reduce taxes for 22 million Canadians, Mr. Speaker. Everyone got a raise on Canada Day, Mr. Speaker. The second thing, we removed GST on first-time home buyer, Mr. Speaker. And we are going to build with Canadians, with every Canadian, the strongest economy in the G7. That's what this Liberal government is about.
Mr. Speaker, I'm surprised by my colleague's question. Not only did we listen to the Conservative constituents and all Canadians, they told us one thing, Mr. Speaker, tackle the cost of living. And the first thing our government, Liberal government, did was to lower tax for 22 million Canadians, Mr. Speaker. That's money back in the pockets of people in his riding, Mr. Speaker. The second thing that the Canadians asked us to do is to build affordable homes. And yesterday, Mr. Speaker, we launched Build Canada Homes to help more families.
That was the 15th of September. Now you can hear me. It was the same thing on the 16th of September. It was the same thing on the 17th of September. Absolutely same thing. So we are just going to slide the intro all the way to the end so you guys don't have to sit through jumping on this side of the aisle. Mr. Speaker, we're going to have supper now. Good night.
The Honourable Minister of Finance.
We listen to Canadians, something that